And that is, you understand that it was never my intention to make light of the murder of a young man.
In a jaw-dropping twist, Jimmy Kimmel storms back to ABC with 6.3 million viewers, turning Donald Trump's cancel campaign into a humiliating flop. The late-night king isn't just back, he's rewriting the rules of the game. The stage is set. The lights blaze. The iconic Jimmy Kimmel Live theme song blasts through living rooms across America. On Tuesday, September 23, 2025, 6.3 million viewers are glued to their screens, hearts racing, as Jimmy Kimmel strides onto the ABC stage after a week-long absence that had the nation buzzing. This wasn't just a return, it was a cultural tsunami. Despite being blacked out in 23% of US households, Kimmel's comeback episode didn't just defy expectations, it shattered them. This is the story of how a late-night comedian took a vicious attempt to silence him and turned it into a triumphant, middle-finger salute to his critics. Buckle up, because this tale of defiance, unlikely alliances, and viral chaos is one for the ages. A comeback that broke the internet. For 6 agonizing days, Jimmy Kimmel Live was off the air, and the void was filled with noise. President Donald Trump, Fox News anchors, and a swarm of online detractors seized the moment, gleefully proclaiming the show's demise. Nobody watches Kimmel. Trump bellowed on X, his posts dripping with venom. His ratings are dead. Fox News pundits piled on, painting Kimmel as a relic of a dying late-night era, a woke comedian whose liberal rants had finally tanked his career. The internet echoed their taunts, with hashtags like #KimmelCanceled trending on X. It was a feeding frenzy, and Kimmel was the chum. But then came September 23rd. The lights went up, and Kimmel strolled out, his trademark grin sharper than ever. The audience roared, sensing something monumental was about to unfold.
Kimmel didn't disappoint.
"Well, I do tonight," he declared, his voice a mix of defiance and glee as he revealed the staggering 6.3 million viewers who tuned in, despite Nexstar and Sinclair pulling the show from nearly a quarter of the country. "You almost have to feel sorry for Trump," he quipped, pausing for the crowd's laughter to swell. "He tried his best to cancel me. Instead, he forced millions of people to watch the show. That backfired bigly. He might have to release the Epstein files to distract us from this now." The studio erupted, and the internet caught fire. This wasn't just a comeback, it was a resurrection, a moment that flipped the script and left Kimmel's critics scrambling. The fallout and firestorm. The media fallout was instantaneous and apocalyptic. Within hours, headlines screamed across every major outlet. Variety led with Kimmel's comeback crushes critics, with 6.3 million viewers. Deadline upped the ante. Jimmy Kimmel's return proves cancel culture can't touch him. The Hollywood Reporter called it the nighttime triumph that silenced Trump. On X, the reaction was a wild, chaotic mix of jubilation and rage. Kimmel's fans flooded the platform with memes. Kimmel as a phoenix rising from glowing embers. Kimmel as Rocky Balboa raising his fists in victory. "Jimmy just owned Trump," one user posted, racking up tens of thousands of likes. Another shared a clip of Kimmel's monologue with the caption, "This is why you can't cancel a legend." But not everyone was cheering. Trump's supporters doubled down, accusing ABC of fudging the numbers. 6.3 million? Fake news. One X post ranted, echoing Trump's own rhetoric. Another user sneered, "Kimmel's just a liberal shill playing the victim card." Yet the numbers were undeniable, verified by Nielsen ratings and reported across reputable outlets. The viewership wasn't just a win, it was a cultural gut punch to Kimmel's detractors. Clips of the monologue went viral, amassing over 10 million views on YouTube and X within 24 hours. TikTok exploded with reaction videos, from fans tearing up over Kimmel's free speech message to skeptics dissecting his every word. Kimmel didn't just bask in the victory, he weaponized it. His monologue was a masterclass in defiance, blending humor with a raw, unapologetic defense of free speech. Maybe most of all, I want to thank the people who don't support my show and what I believe, but support my right to share those beliefs anyway, he said, his voice steady but thick with emotion. Then came the bombshell. Kimmel gave shout-outs to conservative powerhouses like Ben Shapiro, Clay Travis, Candace Owens, Mitch McConnell, Rand Paul, and even Ted Cruz. Yes, Ted freaking Cruz, for defending his First Amendment rights. Even though I don't agree with many of those people on most subjects, some of the things they say even make me want to throw up, Kimmel admitted, earning a laugh from the crowd. It takes courage for them to speak out against this administration, and they deserve credit for it. The internet nearly imploded. Kimmel praising Shapiro and Cruz? I need to lie down. One X user posted, the tweet going viral with over 50,000 likes. Another wrote, "This is peak 2025. Jimmy Kimmel uniting with Ted Cruz over free speech. What's next? Pigs flying?" Conservative commentators were split. Some, like Shapiro, doubled down on their stance, tweeting, "Kimmel's politics are a mess, but censorship is worse." Others accused him of pandering for clout. "He's just trying to save his show," a Fox News analyst scoffed during a heated segment. But the narrative was shifting, and Kimmel was steering the ship. Kimmel's history of dancing on the edge. To understand why this moment hit like a cultural freight train, you need to know Jimmy Kimmel's story. This isn't his first rodeo with controversy. From his early days co-hosting The Man Show, with its frat boy humor to his evolution into a late-night titan, Kimmel has always walked a tightrope. His sharp wit and willingness to tackle hot-button issues, healthcare, gun control, Trump's presidency, have made him a lightning rod for conservative ire. During Trump's administration, Kimmel's monologues were relentless, skewering the former president with biting humor that earned him both applause and death threats. Trump, never one to let a slight slide, fired back on X, calling Kimmel boring, talentless, and a loser with no ratings. The feud became a cultural touchstone, a clash of titans in the arena of public discourse. Kimmel's suspension in September 2025 was the latest chapter in this saga. ABC cited programming decisions, but whispers of external pressure from advertisers, political figures, or even government influence swirled online. The lack of transparency only fueled the fire. Trump wasted no time, posting on X, "Kimmel's show is dead. Nobody watches anymore." Fox News ran nightly segments questioning whether Kimmel's woke humor had finally alienated his audience. Social media piled on, with hashtag #KimmelCanceled trending alongside mocking memes. But Kimmel's track record tells a different story. He's weathered storms before, blackface apologies, healthcare debates, and more, by owning his mistakes and leaning into his authenticity. This time, he didn't just weather the storm, he turned it into a hurricane. The unexpected support from conservative figures was the wild card. Ben Shapiro, a vocal critic of liberal media, tweeted, "Kimmel's wrong on a lot, but silencing him is a step too far."